What if the stories from the Bible aren't just ancient tales? Today, we delve into one of history's most unexplained phenomena, a moment that defied every law of nature we thought we understood. Jesus calms the storm. Let's rewind time and find ourselves on the eastern shore of the Sea of Galilee. Imagine the scene. The air is still, the water placid, reflecting the vibrant hues of a setting sun. It's a picturesque end to a day, serene and beautiful. But appearances can be deceptive. For those who know this region well, the tranquil waters are a potential prelude to a violent symphony of crashing waves and howling winds. The Sea of Galilee is a body of water known for its sudden, violent storms. Imagine being surrounded by towering mountains on all sides, creating what is essentially a giant wind tunnel. As the warm waters evaporate, moisture-laden winds rush in, colliding with cooler air masses. The result? Miniature but ferocious cyclones. Meteorologists tell us that storms on the Sea of Galilee can reach hurricane-force winds in under 10 minutes. Waves can tower 20 feet high, easily capsizing boats. Boats regularly get destroyed and lives are lost. Picture the scene now. The year is 29 AD. On that day, when evening had come, he said to them, "Let's go over to the other side." Mark chapter 4, verse 35. Jesus, along with his 12 disciples or students, makes his way to a weathered fishing vessel owned by two brothers, Peter and Andrew. These men were experienced fishermen, men who knew these waters like the back of their hands. They had cast their nets countless times in the Sea of Galilee. They had wrestled with its storms, shared its bounty, and respected its power. Now they are ready to set sail once again. But this time, an eerie calm blankets the Sea of Galilee. It's not the peaceful quiet of a cloudless summer evening. It's a stillness that feels pregnant with anticipation, a lull before a potential tempest. As the men climb into the boat, there's a sense of foreboding hanging in the air. The disciples are seasoned sailors, so they know that this kind of calm can be the calm before the storm. But they, more than anyone, understand the deceptive nature of this tranquility. Every dip and turn of the Sea of Galilee is etched in their memories. They've read its moods, deciphered its language, and felt the raw power it holds within its depths. They set off, leaving the shore behind. The boat glides over the placid waters, propelled by the gentle rhythm of the oars. But their rhythmic strokes do little to disturb the unsettling quiet. The disciples exchange glances, a silent question passing between them. Where are they heading? The journey begins peacefully, too peacefully. The water is like glass, reflecting the dying light of the sun. There's no hint of the turmoil that's about to unfold, no premonition of the drama that's about to play out on the very fabric of nature itself. Then, as if triggered by an unseen hand, the sky darkens. Heavy clouds roll in from the horizon, blanketing the serenity of the evening in shades of grey. Within moments the light fades, replaced by an eerie gloom that seeps into the very core of their being. A big windstorm arose, and the waves beat into the boat, so much that the boat was already filled. The air grows heavy, charged with the promise of violence. The gentle rocking of the boat transforms into a jarring assault as waves begin to pound against the hull. They're in the heart of the storm now. Rain lashes down, blurring the world beyond the boat. Thunder roars, shaking the very foundations of the heavens. Lightning cuts through the darkness, momentarily illuminating the wild dance of the waves. The disciples are battered by the elements, struggling to keep the boat afloat. They work feverishly, their movements frantic yet efficient, each bailing out water as fast as it comes in. Fear is etched on their faces, their eyes wide with terror as they confront the raw, untamed power of nature unleashed around them. Jesus, he himself was in the stern, asleep on the cushion, and they woke him up and told him,
"Teacher, don't you care that we are dying?" Mark chapter 4, verse 38.
Their words are a mixture of anger and desperation, a cry for help echoing across the raging waters. Or perhaps the most haunting question, why did he let them into this danger in the first place? But their teacher stirs. Slowly, he rises to his feet, his movements calm and measured despite the chaos around him. He stands in the middle of the storm, his silhouette outlined against the flashes of lightning. And then he speaks, not to his disciples, not to God, but to the sea.
Peace, be still. The wind ceased, and there was a great calm. Mark chapter 4, verse 39.
The words hang in the air, simple yet commanding, and they are spoken within nanoseconds. The wind doesn't gradually die down, the waves don't slowly recede, they simply stop. The sea becomes as smooth as glass. The silence after the storm is deafening, broken only by the dripping of water from their soaked clothing. It's as if the storm, in all its raw, untamed fury, has been silenced by a single command. Such authority that the very essence of the storm seems to hesitate. He said to them, "Why are you so afraid? How is it that you have no faith?" Mark 4, chapter 40. The storm that threatened to engulf them, to tear their world apart, has vanished. The wind that roared like a hungry beast is now a gentle breeze. The waves that tossed their boat like a leaf in the wind are now calm and placid. Then, as if to emphasize the stark contrast between the fury of the storm and the serenity that follows, the sun peeks out from behind the clouds, casting a golden glow over the now tranquil sea. The sky, once a canvas of dark clouds and flashing lightning, is now a brilliant blue, dotted with fluffy white clouds. It's as though nature itself is taking a deep breath, calming its tumultuous spirit. In that moment, they realize they've not just survived a storm, they've witnessed something miraculous. The disciples, their faces a mixture of awe and disbelief, turned to their teacher, their eyes filled with wonder. They were greatly afraid and said to one another, "Who then is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him?" Mark chapter 4, verse 41. In the face of this overwhelming display of power, even the most skeptical mind must confront the extraordinary. The Sea of Galilee, once a theater of violent tempests, is now a mirror reflecting the tranquility of a post-storm evening. The wind, once a force of destruction, now whispers softly through the trees lining the shore. Waves, once menacing giants, now lap gently against the hull of the boat, whispering tales of the storm's fury. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting long shadows across the water, the disciples are left grappling with profound questions. Who is this teacher of theirs? What kind of authority does he possess? And what does this mean for them, for the world? The answers, they know, lie in the depths of their teacher's being, in the very core of the miracle they have just witnessed. Mark records their reaction in simple, powerful words. Who then is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him? These aren't naive men. They understood the sea. They knew storms. They knew that what they had just witnessed violated every natural law they understood. But perhaps the most haunting question isn't what happened, but who was capable of making it happen? Who can speak to chaos and impose order? Who can look at the fury of nature and simply say, "Stop"? The Sea of Galilee storm that night would have contained immense power, enough to sink multiple vessels and claim countless lives. Yet it was stopped by a voice that didn't shout, didn't plead, didn't bargain, a voice that simply commanded and nature obeyed. This isn't just a story from the past. It's a testament to the unexplainable, a reminder of the awe-inspiring power that resides within us, the capacity to influence the very fabric of our existence. It challenges us to look beyond the confines of our understanding, to acknowledge that there are forces at play in the universe that defy our scientific scrutiny. As the disciples continue their journey, the memory of that night, the calm before the storm, will forever be etched in their minds. It serves as a constant reminder of their teacher's divinity, a testament to the boundless power that he wields over the forces of nature. So when you stand on the shores of a placid lake or feel the wind on your face, remember the tale of the Sea of Galilee, of the calm before the storm. Remember the power of one man's voice to silence the fury of nature, a voice that echoed with divinity, a voice that spoke and chaos ceased. I hope you found this reflection insightful. Feel free to share your thoughts and interpretations in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, please give us a thumbs up. We've got many more reflections on compelling topics lined up for you, so stay tuned for more updates. Thanks for watching.